So we're going to go ride cymbal. This is always great to carry the track, especially in dark techno music, really works well. So let's put a ride in. That sounds a bit weak. Let's scroll through these again. Impulse sampler. I like that one. It's nice and subtle, but I want it a little bit faster. So let's make it faster. Yeah, that sounded good. I always use a kind of an underlying drum within the arrangement when I do a breakdown. It's really good because it fills the breakdown out beautifully. So let's try that again. Very subtle, very subtle. We can use that in the arrangement. And again, another drum after the break. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so other elements in this kind of music are, we did a really low sub, we did a sub around about 100 hertz. We're going to do more of a sound style bass now, but it's still going to be subby, so it's going to add to those sub elements. And when I'm programming this, I'm listening to see where the space is in the track which needs filling. It sounds to me a little bit high, that sound, so let's take it down more, make it gel with the subs more. I'm going to take it down an octave, so it's on C3 here, I'm going to take it down to C2 and play it. Now I'm hoping this is going to sound okay. Right, so now we're starting to see this whole track take shape. It's time to put the main sound on. We've got the essential rhythmic elements. So the main sound, like I said, I worked on this sound before. I know synthesis, I know I've created this out of a couple of oscillators I've put together. I've used various ways to give interest to those oscillators and the filters. So I'm just going to put this in and let's just hope it sounds good, yeah? Obviously it has to be in tune, so I'm thinking this is gonna, we've done the rest of the subs on C, so we're gonna do this main sound on C. Hopefully it's gonna sound good. And again, that was the little bit of space left in the track to fill. It's a very harsh sound, that, so what I thought when I was working on this sound is I would introduce effects onto it to kind of smooth it out in whatever track I was going to use it in. So what I did here is I put a load of effects after the sound. We've got a filter, which I've assigned to this K2, like I said before. We've got a ping pong delay, which means the delay goes from one speaker to that speaker. We've got an EQ8 on this, so I'm taking away all of that sub-region on this sound, because if I don't take all that sub-region out, it's going to conflict with the kick drum and all those beautiful subs that I've been working on. So let's put this on and let's see what it sounds like. So it's fitting more now. I've got the filter, this on the filter. Like I said, this filter here is assigned to this. Let's listen to see if this sounds any good. So actually I got that wrong, it was actually on that controller there. I panicked there for a minute, I thought, oh my gosh, it's not working, but yeah, that's fine. So that's assigned to that. Now, in this kind of music again. Like I said before, we've got all the elements, we've got the main sound. I always like an atmosphere bubbling away, so worked on this as well. Now it's time to put this in and try and make it fit. So again, let's listen to what this atmosphere sounds like. So that's the atmosphere. I think it's time to do an arrangement. So we're going to try now to do a 5-minute, 6-minute arrangement really quickly, and let's get this track finished. So, okay. What I do here is I take all of these. This is the way Ableton works. Like I said, you can do this on any kind of software. You just have to learn how to do it quickly on your chosen software. So I'm going to pull that across to the arrange page, if I can get it in the right spot. It can be a bit fiddly, this, so if you just bear with me. Especially the resolution is not the best on this. Let me take it down. Kick, sub. It's actually not going, just give me a second. Kick. Right, we're getting somewhere, hold on. Here we go, take it back. It's just a touch fiddly. So then I pulled all of those clips onto the arrange page, and I'll just open this up so you can see. They're the clips on the arrange page. What we have to do here is pull them all to the same size. So I'm going to pull all these clips to the same size, and then obviously this one is the last one here. I know that a 6-minute track is around about 193 on this this meter at the top. So if I just pull this across to 193, again it's a little bit fiddly. One of them isn't doing it. Let's do it. Right, okay, select all. Pull it across. Pull it across. Right, that's our 6 minutes. We've got our 6 minutes. So this is what we've got to work off now. We've got to try and make a track really interesting with those elements in 6 minutes. Now, a lot of people, where they go wrong here is they start to listen to the track, they get into it, and before you know it, 2 hours have passed, and you're still listening to the same loops over and over again, and you haven't actually got anywhere. So what I do is I don't listen to the track now. I start to think to myself, I start to picture the track in my head and think to myself, you know, where do I want the breakdown to be? Where do I want the elements to come in? Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to put a breakdown after 1 and 1.5 minutes there. I'm going to put another breakdown. I just have to think here. We've got to think. I put another breakdown there. So the kick drums, there's the kick drum. Here are all the sub bass. So I'm going to take the sub bass out in a second. The second breakdown. Take that out there. I might not take that out so quickly there. This kick drum here, that's in the second breakdown. Maybe I want to make that breakdown a little bit longer. I've assigned a filter, because I always tend to do this in breakdowns. I like to use a high-pass filter on the kick drum on the breakdown. It sounds really good. So I'm going to move this high-pass filter up, and I'm going to move it down here. So basically, this is going to be a standard kick drum at that point, and then we're going to have a high-pass filter introduced, and then we're going to go bam, straight back into the track at that particular point, at 145. So you've got the 2 breakdowns sorted out. Sub-top, you'll remember I put the sub-top element in. It was quite a subtle element, so I'm going to leave that one in. Hi-hat, where do we want the hi-hats to start coming in? Well, I would say the first offbeat hi-hat around about 17, or we're going to get boring. I'm going to take the hi-hat out for the break, so that when the break comes back in, it introduces a serious amount of movement. So hi-hat 1, now this is the hi-hat I added to give interest. I'm going to put this on after the break. I'm going to take it out. I mean, I'm really thinking spontaneously here as what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to take the hat out in the break. Leave it in there. Hat 2, let's just think what we're going to do there. Take it, leave it there. ride cymbal. Now, obviously I can't leave the ride cymbal out for the whole track. I'm not going to, it's going to get boring. I want to close everything up. I'm going to put the ride cymbal in after the break. I'm going to take it out for a bit or it'll get boring. I'm going to put it back in, take it out all the way until the break. Take it out to there. I'm going to make this one a little bit different than the last one. So let's open that up, put that in twice. That's cool. Break drum, we're going to put this in on the break, which I said. Let's listen to this, just this break. This is the break drum. The after drum was a little bit too much there, so I'm going to leave that until afterwards. This is the break. Nice. We've got a sub-big, so I want to introduce this later, or again, it's going to get boring. So I'm going to introduce the sub-big there. I'm going to take it out on the break. I'm going to put it back in, take it out, let's think. Okay. So we're getting somewhere now, we're definitely getting somewhere. I'm going to take this out here, let's get boring again, leave it in there. Take that back out. Remember, we are going to create a 5-minute track here in 45 minutes. So, you know, I really have to think on my feet here. Right, that's it. That's the general arrangement. I think. Double check before we actually press play and do this. We're going to do all the controller data live. So, here we go. Double check. This hi-hat, that's going to get boring. So I'm going to move that to there. I'm going to move that one to there. Take that out there. Take that out there. Okay. Time to do the controller data. Now you're actually going to hear the track take shape. So you take all the filters down, and I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to let you see the main sound filter here and the atmosphere filter. And we're going to do this absolutely on the fly. So main sound, atmosphere. Can you see this? General arrangement, main sound, atmosphere. Let's put this data in. So I'm going to press record. That hi-hat, just quickly, you can tell that hi-hat should not have been in there. I'm going to put it back to there. Yep. Okay, let's do this again. Record. Right, I've assigned pitch to one of these. Move that hat to there. Filter back down, and now the hi-hat's going to come in. Up of the massive synth. Bring the atmosphere up just slightly. Pitch down. Filter back down of the synth. And then the ride cymbal's going to come in and we're going to go. Atmosphere up slightly. Okay, pitch again. Atmosphere subtly down. pitch down. Filter down of the main sound. Ride cymbal. Pitch up. Just keeps the interest going in the track. Atmosphere up. Remember, we're still on the basic arrangement. I'm going to add to this later. But I think we've still got about 20 minutes to go. Everything down, everything down.